Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I stand here on behalf of the H3 colleagues, Equatorial-Guinea, a big brother from South Africa, and our boss from African Union, representative of African Union. Gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, you may recall that not so long ago, we stood here in front of you to deliver through our distinguished colleague from South Africa a message regarding the situation in Sudan. This time around, we are coming with more optimistic news because the situation has evolved as we all were praying for. So this is a message I'm going to deliver on behalf of South Africa, Equatorial-Guinea, Côte d'Ivoire, and the African Union. The permanent representatives of African members of the Security Council, also known as A3 and the permanent representative of the African Union Observer Mission to the United Nations, are pleased to address the press following recent developments in the Sudan. We would like to recall the decisions and communiques of the AU Peace and Security Council on development in the Sudan, in particular, the communique following the Peace and Security Council H.E.Mr meeting on September the 5th, 2019 in Addis Ababa. In its communique, the AUPSC welcomed the effort of all Sudanese parties that led to the appointment of a Prime Minister, Mr. Abdallah Hamdok, as well as the formation of a civilian-led transitional government on September 5th, 2019. The AUPSC expressed the wish that the new government works to promote the aspirations of the Sudanese people for democratic transformation and socio-economic development of the country. Taking into account these positive developments, and based on Article 7 of the Protocol of establishing it and Article 27 of the African Charter on Democracy of Elections and Good Governance, the Peace and Security Council decided to lift the sanctions taken against Sudan on June 6, 2019, in accordance with the Lomé Declaration on Unconstitutional Changes of Government. As a consequence, the A3 and the permanent representative of African Union Observer Mission would like to follow suit with the Peace and Security Council of the African Union in urging all states concerned to lift all sanctions against Sudan, including withdrawing it from the list of countries supporting terrorism. We urge the new government of Sudan to observe and implement faithfully the provisions of the roadmap as agreed and ultimately hold free, fair, and transparent parliamentary and presidential election in order to create the conditions for a peaceful transition that will ensure lasting peace and stability in the Sudan. We are convinced that peace building in Sudan is dependent on economic and social development in line with its national priorities, and we therefore urge the international community, including development partners, to support the new Sudanese government in creating an enabling environment for a peaceful transition, as well as the implementation of its ambitious program of economic and social development. While reiterating our commitment to the territorial integrity and sovereignty of the Sudan, as well as the principle of African solutions for African problems, we commend the AU Commission's mediations and good office's efforts in collaboration with IGAD and express our full support for their continuing support to the government and the people of the Sudan. Thank you.
If I could ask a question, Shervin Briceby, South African Broadcasting Ambassador, was an attempt to get